All right, we just backed out of the garage. It is Tuesday, January 14th at about 15 minutes to 1. Just got off the phone with one of my buddies from Minnesota. He is, you know, he was out shopping, wanted to jibber jabber a little bit. I'm here to oblige all of that. But today we got the FSD homework. I seen JC had already posted his 2.5 hour plus excursion trying to knock out some of these things. Oh, I just plugged in the Wingstop off Shepherd, figuring that it would probably be a significant amount of that area. So we're gonna, I mean, I don't frequent that area very often, so we're just here for all of it, right? We're gonna get to Wingstop, assess our situation, make sure we tackle what Court had mentioned as a problem area, and who knows, we might find and stumble on some other stuff along the way, much like JC did. That video is amazing. If you have not watched it, I'd be remiss if I said I watched all 2.5 hours of that in one sitting, but I still will be using it as a reference points. He provides excellent chapters for exactly what you need, and I'm trying to get better on my chapter identification as well. I mean, these things are long, drawn out rides, and many of these rides occur with very little intervention in between, but there are some of these onesie-twosies that have been identified by Court and countless others who use FSD as a tool on a daily basis. So that's what we're here for. We're here for all of that. And yeah, I still got a backlog of FSD videos. I got one in the queue right now being uploaded to YouTube. They are 4K, so they take hours to complete for uploading and downloading purposes. But I'm here for it because as many people that I feel know about it, there's 20 times more people that have no idea that when this vehicle is on the road, an artificial intelligence is guiding 99% of the maneuvers. You know, if I have to take over, it's very rare, far and few between, and more than likely going to look much worse than if our AI student driver FSD version 13.2.2.1 we're taking care of it. So we've got the charger. Like I said, we get about 1 hour of this GoPro. So we got 2 GoPros, one mini, one regular. This is the regular, I do believe, the regular version. We'll put the mini in when we need to change it out. We've got approximately 32 minutes before we arrive at this Wingstop down on North Shepherd. And yeah, we're just gonna try to put it through some of the paces. We've got a legal pad. You know, I'm kind of old school. I like things written down. I mean, I can always reference the bookmark X post from Court as well. But we're gonna try to go to Wingstop, residences at the Allen. Excuse me, I probably should have gotten some water before all of this. Maybe the AK Lawfirm and the Asian Chamber of Commerce and Parcel Plus. We're gonna try to hit all of these areas, and we'll see if we can keep our cameras charged and ready to go. And hopefully these hit on some of these areas, but this is my inaugural trip down here, so even if we don't hit Court's problem areas exactly, maybe we can you know, get some variation and see how our software does. I mean, this thing isn't perfect. We're looking for these cases that the AI team needs to brush up on, basically, and I can't wait, right? FSD version 13 has been such a remarkable software. I don't see myself driving anywhere without it engaged, I'd say over 95% of the time. And once they figure out a way to make this thing actually auto park itself on destinations, prompting it on what we would like to do, whether pull over to the curb, park in a spot, I mean, there's there's so many things that I think the AI team is working on, app-wise, you know, giving it more functionality, being user-friendly. These are the things I'm looking forward to over the next year from our AI development team. Gonna be quite impressive. Right now we're on the standard setting, and yeah, we're about to more than likely hit the highway. We still have tolls engaged now that we've got our registration sticker on, we've got our license plate in the back. We still need our mechanical engineer to do her thing and put the license plate marker on the front. A lot of people with Teslas, my wife, she's like, I'm not putting the front license plate on the Model X. And I was like, that's your car, that's your prerogative. But for me, I like a license I like a license plate in the front and the back. Give me both of, you know what I mean? So that's just me personally. We'll see how that goes. It'll probably be on this time next week. Yeah, man. I can't stress enough that I love JC's videos, his candor, the tenor of his voice, you know, and the smoothness of his whole camera setup. I'm quite envious, but you know, I highly recommend that man. His videos get tons of views, so he don't need a recommendation from me. But I'm still gonna continue to do my thing, making sure I catalog anybody that's still watching my stuff, and those that want to watch my stuff in the future. I'm gonna give you the best that I got, you know, with what I'm working with. So we're climbing up here on 99, still in standard setting. Looks like we're gonna be taking I-10. More than likely what I would be doing. So even in standard, we hop in this speed lane, passing this vehicle, which is perfectly fine. We're getting right back over after we've passed the slow-moving vehicle in front of us. And I love the standard setting on the highway. I can't stress it enough. I love that standard setting. In versions past, we'd always have trouble with this particular off-ramp here for 99. Getting over and taking I-10 from here was a chore for previous versions. Effortless right now. Ever since we've gone end to end, no problems whatsoever. Choosing the right fork versus keeping straight. It would say choosing the right fork to maintain course or navigate, whatever. And it would always keep straight. It knew what it needed to do, it just didn't do it. But ever since we've gotten the end-to-end stack, no problems whatsoever with that here on 99. I've had a few people contact me. It's like, hey, I hear the new Model Y is coming out. You didn't want to get that? I was like, I'm a Model 3 guy, first and foremost. All right, we've got, oh God, it is never, the Spidey sense goes off anytime I'm around an 18-wheeler, but when we're merging like that, ugh, that is crazy to me. But our AI student driver doing exactly what it needs to do. The 18-wheeler, obviously, thankfully not slamming into us in that, coming off that curve. So yeah, that's grateful. But back to the Model Y conversation, is like, why don't you just wait for the new Model Y? I hear that thing's gonna be the bee's knees. They actually use the phrase bee's knees. That's why I remember it. Anyway, I was like, I'm a Model 3 guy. The Highland is updated. It's got AI4 in it. This is what I wanted to go through the paces when testing the FSD software. So I'm not one of the, I can only imagine what it's like if you bought a Model Y in December at the end of the year. Maybe you might have a little buyer's remorse, but I guarantee you the Model Y that you have it's still one of the best vehicles on the planet. And, you know, going through the paces with that, you can always upgrade later. Nothing holding you back. But just know that you have one of the safest, most performative, functional vehicles on the road. And, you know, nobody's getting a Model Y here in the United States with that new updated featured front and back for months. You know, I think they announced it in the Asia Pacific regions. The earliest that they're going to get it in China, I want to say, is March. That could easily get pushed back depending on parts, manufacturing issues or whatever, right? We're hoping that it happens earlier rather than later. I believe the Giga Berlin is probably going to start putting it on their lines before we do it here in the United States. So we're going to start seeing the European websites get updated as well. They probably won't see it until May, June even, right? You know, sometime in Q2. And so by the time we get it, hopefully sooner rather than later, we're still looking at, you know, 6 months before anybody really starts taking hold of the Model Y Juniper. So I don't think there'll be a lot of remorse. There'll be some. But I believe people will be satisfied with their purchase and have a lot to look forward to when they purchase their next Tesla. Whether that be a lateral move-ish with the Model Y refresh, or who knows, they might upgrade to the Model X, get some of that luxury in their life, you know, or a Cybertruck. So just being introduced into the Tesla family does wonders. I'm never going back. I've been here since 2020, 2019-ish, 2020, and I'm a customer for life. You know, customer for life. So, will I ever get the Model Y refresh? Probably not. But who knows? You never know. You don't know what this crazy world has in store for us. I'm leaning more toward a couple of Cybercabs if the price is right. And hell, even if the price is wrong, Bob, I'm still probably gonna get me 2 per. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, the future is crazy. So we're on I-10. They're doing a little bit of construction. We got cars whipping in and out while we stay on standard mode, exactly where I kind of want to be. I'm not in any real rush. As long as we got cameras charged, we're going to be good to go. We get to the wing stop in approximately 21 minutes. Hopefully we can get some good footage of the associated problem areas. I think we need to be going northbound on Shepherd and maybe eventually taking a right on Memorial. We'll see what Memorial has to offer as we go to Wingstop, and then do some course corrections. Try not to do course corrections mid-stroke, as I don't think our AI student driver responds well to impromptu suggestions on destination. So we'll do the best we can with what we got while maintaining absolute safety, not only for ourselves, but the individuals sharing the road with us, considerate as we are. Yeah. No, it's good. It's good to be on the road. We left our co-pilot Chewbacca at the house. I like to keep my shorts. I got some playlists on YouTube that I have him watch when he does have to guard the house, you know, without us being there. You know, I find that he's more calm when I arrive back at the crib after he's listened to my voice. While I keep him company, while he is technically guarding the house by his lonesome. So he's got my shorts on repeat, the playlist. If you want to check out those previous, not only shorts, but I've got like music playlists. I've got some of these things I've made members only, simply because they don't do anything revenue wise for me. We just recently got to be a ad pay. We got 1,000 subscribers, so now they pay us for ads. I made sure that all of those things that were ineligible for, what do you call it, YouTube compensation, I went ahead and made that members only. I don't expect people to subscribe, but if people do start subscribing to watch that old content that I've created, I'll make sure I create some new content as well, because I would appreciate it. There's a tiered scale on membership. If you do want to support the channel, I try not to, in all my videos, I don't have any paid sponsors. I've had people reach out to me looking for me to sponsor products, and I don't do that. Not for this content. This is not designed for me to gain a bunch of stardom. I mean, I do this for the fam, really, my nieces and nephews, family members that I talk to about Tesla, hoping to pique their interest, not just with the products, but with the stock ownership, right? These are the things that were never really taught to me. And, you know, at a younger age, I might have made some better business decisions. And this is why I do these videos, right? I preach just being active with it. You know, you might not come to the same conclusions that I do, but my purpose for the channel is to allow you to process it for yourself, right? And of course, I'm 100% all in on Tesla. I don't see another company that's about to make this transformation. And it reminds me, because I wasn't invested in Apple or Amazon when they've made their transitions from what they previously were and then metamorpho. Please let me say words properly. From what they were to what they metamorphosized into. Much like how Apple was a computer company, now there's something way more than that. How Amazon was a book company, now there's something way more than that. Tesla is a car company, but they are something way more than that. You know, this is a robotics company masquerading as an EV manufacturer. That's what these cars are. They are automobiles, sure, but they are robots on wheels. They do, I mean, this thing is driving for me, and we don't let, you know, I mean, obviously I'm supervising it, much like a 15-year-old with a permit, essentially. I can take over at any time because I'm sitting in the seat next to the controls, right? And a driving instructor sitting in the passenger seat, but he's still got the controls at his leisure. So that's the difference. If there were controls over there, I'd be over there. But either way, there is going to come a time where this computer, who is much more, let's just say, accurate with the maneuvers, precision, it's incredible. Like, if there needs to be a maneuver that happens at 70 miles an hour, I'm more confident that this computer will make it versus myself. So that's already, you know, as my physical abilities diminish over time, this thing's only going to get better over time, right? Given that everything in the car is functioning properly. But then it comes down to experience. With every software update, there's millions of these cars on the road gaining valuable data set points that then eventually, once they compile that into a bottle, every vehicle in their fleet can share, right? And that's going to improve over time, and it's a no-brainer that robots will be doing our driving for the most part. Just like I'm wearing this freaking seatbelt, just like there's airbags installed in here. Having an autonomous software drive these vehicles is only the natural next step. So, and when that comes, it'll be the greatest thing that ever happened to cars, because deaths on highways is going to drop precipitously. It's going to be crazy. Like, we're gonna look back and be like, there were how many deaths a year on highways, and you guys allowed that, right? Like, why didn't y'all take action? Why didn't y'all? Because it was the only thing we had at the time. Stop making fun of us, type stuff. But we're gonna look back at it and just be flabbergasted that we allowed humans, fallible humans, to drive 70 miles an hour on congested roadways and not expect people to die? Are we just sending people off to their deaths just because we could? You know what I mean? So there will be many a Lincoln Douglas debates on the way we do things here in 2025. So, but this is rapidly changing, and I can't wait for the day that getting your license is something of a relic, right? You do it not because you need to, because nothing is close here in the great state of Texas. You almost need a license to be a functioning member of society here in Texas. But pretty soon that'll become a luxury, because the cost per mile that Tesla's going to be able to offer will offset car ownership. It'll become like, do I really need a car? How often am I driving? How often is my drive so unique that I need my own personal vehicle, when the convenience is the same, if not better, without owning the vehicle? So it'll be a crossroads that'll happen. So, will the public transportation system be transformed by this, along with the private taxiing services, ride-hail services? The transformation is going to be sudden, and I'm all for it, as long as we can keep losing my train of thought here. Keep the deaths on highways down to a minimum. I mean, it'll never be to zero, but keeping it down to a minimum, as low as they possibly can, I'm all about that life. All right, so we're supposed to take 610 north in about 3.5 miles or so. So we really didn't get on the toll bay, which is fine by me. I'm not too terribly concerned by it. We have moderate, I would say moderate traffic here on a Tuesday noon rush type situation. We are keeping up with the flow of traffic, and the wind is just whipping. You can feel it tugging on the car, and our AI student driver is handling it nice. I don't have to fight with the wind. It's just another added pro that I get to brag about, aside from not having to drive. Got an oversized vehicle up here. It doesn't seem oversized, but it probably just met those requirements. So my Spidey sense tend to tick up, because the oversized vehicles, they need a wide berth, and I'm not 100% sure that our AI student driver is capable of recognizing something that could be, you know, an obstruction that might hit the top of the vehicle, versus, you know, around the fenders. I don't expect, if there's something that's jutting out, you know, around the wheels and the fender, I'm fairly confident our AI student driver will avoid that. But if something were to, say, like hit the top of the roof or the top of the windshield, crash into something above the rear view, like the side mirror, if something's going to hit my side mirror, I'm not so certain that our AI student driver is going to factor that in. And these oversized vehicles could easily have something jutting out the side that could scrape your mirror clean off your car. So be mindful every time I see an oversized vehicle in addition to an 18-wheeler. Get a little extra Spidey sense tingle. Less than a mile now from 610. There's another scenario, right? This multi-lane highway. I mean, what we got, like 8 lanes in it? So traversing this is always stressful, right? You got every vehicle trying to do something unique at this exiting juncture, whether it be I need to get back up here so I can hit 45, or I need to get on 610, and then there's people in the car doing various different things, and their navigation might be malfunctioning and telling them to hit the exit all of a sudden. Yeah, exit immediately. And then they'll just run into you, right? Or, you know, just not be aware of what's happening. So you always got to be kind of aware. Like, woo, we hit this side here because we're going north. Typically, I'm a south kind of guy, like going toward Reliance Stadium. When we hit this one, I was like, oh shit, are we going the right way? But yeah, so we are scheduled to go north here on 610. That's where this wing stop on Shepherd is. Never been there before, but our AI student driver, you know, it's hard to relinquish control, you know, especially if you got an idea of where you think you should be going. I've noticed that with my mom and Yosh-chan all the time. It's like, why is it going this way? It's like, why do you even care if it's going to get us to our destination? It's because they lack the trust that I have, and I don't blame them, but eventually the software will garner that trust. So we're supposed to keep straight here. We're gonna get out of this fast lane, but let's see, are we again, I'm not very familiar with this area, so I just gotta keep my spidey sense up a little bit. We are continuing to go straight. That's a good thing. Got to get to the point where I don't need to pay attention. Like, any interaction from me is just going to prove problematic, not just for myself, but for everyone around me. It's not a blind trust. I've driven it quite a bit, so I have some concerns, but more concerns about the people around me than if the software is going to do something crazy. And like always, we always have some kind of issue with the last 100 feet. We're gonna have to hammer that out to where it at least isn't uncomfortable. Getting you to a spot that is maybe not be the right spot, but is extremely more comfortable than what it has been doing is all I really want from it. Where it decides to pull over or, you know, assume, it just needs to be in a safe area. So we're technically about 3 minutes away from this wing stop. We need to keep our eyes peeled for Memorial and see if we can find this intersection that Court's talking about. Don't believe we're exiting here. Got a merger coming up. This lane is becoming one. make our exit fairly easily. We're supposed to make a pretty sharp right here. I think. See, I really don't even know. I'm so glad that FSD is driving and handling this properly. As long as it handles the last 100 feet to get me to some moderate level of safety, even if it's not the necessarily the destination, I can work with that. I just don't want to be put in an awkward scenario in a place I'm not familiar with. Not a big fan of blocking this section either, but our light's green. No harm, no foul, technically. Alright, so this is Durham. I haven't seen Memorial just yet. Imagine it's coming up. I hope. Technically, we're supposed to be going left on Memorial. Anyway, all right, we're turning right into here. And we definitely found the wing stop for sure. And I do believe this is, it's gonna try to park us. This obviously needs some work. Are you gonna back up for me and park? Or are you just gonna sit on this line? It might just be patiently waiting for us to let the driver out. You know, there's so many things that could be going on right now. So we're gonna take over here and find a place to really park us, right? That's not a bad scenario. Put us in front of the fit food. And the wing stop is like right over there, so no big deal. All right, so strange thing, I just asked the car to take me to the intersection of Memorial and Shepherd. So once it did that, I looked around and I saw a Speedy Mart that would make us go left off of Memorial onto Shepherd, or a left off on, well, either way. Add this to the list of things that I don't do very well is directions. But we're headed to a Speedy Mart, which should be able to encompass what court wanted us to do. We got to the wing stop safe and sound, no interventions. Let's see if we can get to this Speedy Mart number 56 in a similar fashion. Bing bong. There is something to keep an eye on. I don't really charge this vehicle very often. We might have to hit a supercharging station in the middle of these things. I got 178 miles. We're gonna see how much we can do and see if we can get back to the house. But if we can't, we'll hit up a supercharging station. But I'm pretty confident we got enough of what we need. Let's do what? Let's do that. That's probably more like it. And boom. So we got some major construction going on over here. Seems to be a lot of congestion. I wonder if we'll be able to, I think we're supposed to keep straight here, but the vehicle in front of us, distracted, didn't care that we were trying to go by, along with the rest of these vehicles here. So we'll see if we get blocked in again. Yeah, I didn't think it would be that easy for me to just tell the car to take me to a particular intersection, add a stop to that intersection by just dropping a pin on the map, you know, we learn something new every day. Are they gonna let us in? They're gonna let us in? I don't know if our vehicle is gonna proceed because of this vehicle right here. I really don't blame our AI student driver for pausing here. Part of me wants to take over, but oh my goodness, we have decided to move. I was perfectly content with waiting for the next light, and I wasn't going to do an accelerator press or anything, but that is a very convoluted situation that our AI student driver just took over for. So we were waiting there, and we had a moment in time where it felt safe enough for us to proceed, and it did so. Kudos to our AI student driver right there. All right, we've got a vehicle up here with the cones, hazards on, construction going on, it looks like. We managed that fairly well. I'm not out here a lot, ladies and gents. I'm more of a hermit. I stay in my hole, but FSD's finna start getting me out a little bit more, it would appear. A lot of construction going on over here, but if I were doing the driving, I would be pissed right now. Like, I'd be like, fuck, I gotta worry about this, that, and the other. You're responsible, and I'm still responsible, but having FSD engaged makes this a whole lot more manageable, just tons more manageable. I'm able to really pay attention to what's going on around me instead of focusing on, you know, hand placement or, you know, I don't know, it's weird that I know that the maneuvers that are going to be conducted are going to be handled at a damn near professional level. We've got humans walking around. Yeah, I ain't gotta worry about, you know, a phone call, a text, or changing the song on the radio station. You know, would I do these things in this particular scenario? Probably not, but there are some humans that will. I don't know. It just feels a whole lot, not having to worry about lights, or the car's just going to do what it's supposed to do when it's supposed to do it. I don't know if you can put a price tag on that with that level of comfort. For anybody that's trying to be Tesla's competitor in this field, more power to you. You're a braver soul than I am. But this is insane. All of the randomness that could go on, the confidence that this software exhibits, it's something to be admired. This guy buys cars, running or not. We've got our electric brother, Rivian Amazon van there. We got a little pothole over here. Not much what we could have done about that. We just hit it in stride. You can sell your car to this guy over here, 832-533-0003. He'll pay cash for your car, so you can go ahead and buy yourself a Tesla. You know what I mean? All right, so we're about 7 minutes out from the Speedy Mart 5-6. What road are we on? It's hard for me to tell now. If I do this, I'm paying attention, car, I promise. All right, we're on North Durham Drive. So I don't know if this is going to exactly hit the metrics. You know, I'm doing my best here. So we'll see how it goes. But I think we're getting a lot of interesting data for certain from this vehicle. Got the Skyline to our left, the more traditional Skyline that is. I mean, Tesla Skyline seems to get bigger every year. It's always a sight to behold. Crossing I-10. I think we're headed to Scotland Street. Railroad crossing here. Looks fine for now. Like, my Spidey sense is up, so we're gonna take this left up here. This looks tight. Like, there's a lot of debris and dirt on this, next to this, right? This looks odd, to say the least. Like, I think we've fouled this up. This doesn't look like we should be able to go anywhere here. We're gonna take a look. Looks like we're going into a high school gymnasium, and I don't know if this is a navigational error or what. Maybe I should have been paying more attention. Let's see if we can get an update. Are we gonna move? All right, let's see if we can get an update here. All right, so I don't think we can go this way. So this obviously needs to be updated. Okay, that's not, this isn't exactly what we want. Let us get to the Speedy Mart and see if we can, you know, we might have to tackle this on another day. Now that we've got our method down. The fact that it wanted to go through the school seemed a bit preposterous navigationally, but I don't know, man. It's tough to call it. You can see how this would be some really tough navigation for our AI student driver. Alright, so we're about to hit Memorial, but coming in at a different angle than anticipated, right? Our vehicle merges on through the traffic properly. And basically it gave us the Bayou Park Apartments here with the Speedy Mart right here. Is it going to, uh-oh. Is it gonna back up? No. I think we're stuck right here. So technically we got here. Weird, in a weird way. But for some reason it didn't want to reverse and get right. So we got here. All right, we got to the Mart. May not have been in the way that we needed to go to test that intersection. Man, I am bad at this. I just plugged in an address to Tirrell Street, and it would appear that I don't think we're going to be going, I think we needed to be going westbound on Allen Parkway. Something tells me we're not going to be going westbound. I don't know. I'm trying here, people. But our AI student driver has made a mistake. It tried to go into a school to get us. It would not navigate. I don't know. Again, I do not know. So we're just going to, I don't know where we're at right now. It looks like we're trying to make a U-turn on Allen Parkway here. So hopefully we can get some decent data. But we'll frequent this area a little bit more, especially trying to navigate past that school. That did not look good, ladies and gents. It just did not look good. So see if we can hit this U-turn properly. There is no U-turn here. Okay, so that's good. It didn't U-turn. All right. I'm with that, because if that's the first time I've actually experienced this intersection. I'm more than likely maybe not making that U-turn, but you know, it's a possibility if you're not familiar with what's going on down here. So we're about to hit Allen Parkway and Kirby. I think we're supposed to make a left turn here. We'll see if we can do it properly. Looks good on my end. Expect road closures. I guess so. So I think we're gonna be coming to Tirrell. I think this is eastbound, if I had to guess. Yeah, this isn't the same as indicated, so this is easy, apparently. And it pulls right around. So let's see if we can do some maneuvering to maybe get us here in a different way. So we're gonna go up to this stoplight and see if it pulls us around to the side here. All right, make sure this isn't a one-way. Is it a one-way? Oh no. It doesn't look like it, so we're gonna go. There's a Cybertruck right there with an advertisement. Let's see if it, yeah, let's see if it does what we're supposed to do. It might. So let's hit 72 Tirrell going westbound. That's another thing. I can't wait till these things are driverless and they're able to just patrol with advertisements on the side. I think people would pay for that as well. You know, as long as it's not being a problem. All right, we got the green light. Left turn, yield on green, which we do. Oh, there's a Nissan Leaf in front of us. Look at that archaic thing. Anyway, I'm not too good with the homework, apparently. I mean, we got some juice left in this camera, so we're going to make the best of an interesting situation. You know, I don't want to I don't traverse this area as often as I probably should. This is really great usage of FSD. As I see, there's a bicycle over there. Unfortunately, it's probably an indication of someone that got hit. It's a reminder to human drivers to be safe in this area. That's what FSD is trying to prevent. So if I can come out here and put one less person in that graveyard over there because somebody's going to adopt this technology, these vehicles, to make themselves safer, I'll do this all day, every day. You know what I mean? Rain. Rain, sleet, or snow. All right, we're coming up on this left here. So now we're coming at Allen Parkway. I want to say at the prescribed angle to hit Tirrell. Let's see what happens here. I'm curious myself. So westbound, making this left here on Tirrell. It looks like there's something in the road here. A pillow. Okay, so we did it. We did this just fine. Maybe that wasn't the issue, but from my notes here, westbound Allen Parkway, turning left at Tirrell. I was gonna go to the residences of Allen, which I probably should have plugged that in, but we got here. We're good. Seems all right to me. All right, we've got the camera switched out, and we probably need to get away from this place. We've got AK Lawfirm punched in. Let's see if our AI student driver can get us there. The goal is to hit Allen Parkway from, I don't know. I don't know. I think we're supposed to be northbound on Shepherd, turning east on Allen Parkway. So let's see if this happens. All right, so finding these locations of potential drop-off spots, it's good to see these areas, you know, firsthand. All right, so we have a disengagement right there, which our AI student driver put itself out there. And then there was vehicles, I mean, that's 30 miles an hour on this road. They're obviously going faster than that. Who knows why? So when our AI student driver put itself out there, it realized those vehicles were coming at it faster than it probably should, and it stopped, causing some confusion for multiple vehicles on that road. So that is not a good thing. If it goes, it needs to make that decision and kind of stick with it, instead of having its ass out there and not performing properly. So we're gonna turn right here. Where are we going? We're going eastbound, and we ended up at AK Lawfirm over here. I mean, I don't know if this is exactly what we wanted to do, so we're gonna turn around. I think we need to come back from a different angle. Let me see. Turning east. Ugh. Yeah, let's see if we can come at it from a different angle. Take me to AK Lawfirm. All right, so now that we're past the, I don't know if that's right. I think we need to turn left. All right, let's see. It's not gonna want us to do that. Maybe AK Lawfirm isn't the answer. So we need to be northbound on Allen Parkway, or northbound on Shepherd, turning east on Allen Parkway. I don't know. We've encountered some issues for sure. So we're gonna turn left up here and then engage the software. I don't even know if we're supposed to turn left up here. I don't know what's going on. Anyway. Let's see what we got here. I think this might actually do it, maybe not. I think we need to turn left. Right? I'm so lost. Okay. So obviously we can't go left that way. I think we needed to go left that way. So I'm gonna take over and try to do what we're supposed to do. Fuck it. I have no idea. All right. All right, let's see if we can do it now. Where is this taking us? This seems more pliable. I think we're gonna end up where we need to be. I'm paying attention, I promise, car. It's gonna take us on D'Amico Street. Alright, so I'm gonna force us to turn right here on Allen Parkway. This one way. And let's see what happens here. Now let's see if our AI student driver can get us to AK Lawfirm like it's supposed to. Alright, so we've manufactured an interesting scenario. So we're supposed to make this U-turn on Allen, I think. I don't know. I'm really lost here. Maybe I need to pay more attention to these slides. But let's see if we can make this U-turn. It said, oh shit. Oh, that did not go well. Part of why we probably shouldn't have manufactured this. That okay, all right, car, we're good. I can see that being a problem area. We definitely almost caused an accident right there. Holy fuck balls. We're gonna keep trying that. That's for damn sure. I don't even know if that's what we needed to be doing, but all right. Take me to Westgate and Westheimer. If we're supposed to go anywhere here, so any of this is terrible, according to court. Fuck me, that was almost disastrous. Let's go to this right here. Let's see if we can add that stop there. Let's try it. I mean, it couldn't have been any worse than trying to make that U-turn where the car felt like it needed to not make the U-turn and then just went for it. And the other vehicle, we'll have to check the tape, but that did not look good, ladies and gents. That did not look good. Whew. All right. Hot diggity dizam. Ain't that the truth? Oh, well, yeah, we're definitely circling that one. I definitely want to make sure we do that maneuver properly every single time, because it confused me. Like, I was like, okay, we're not finna make this U-turn. We're gonna do the smart thing and not make the U-turn. And then it said, you know what? Fuck all that. YOLO. U-turn it is. And the problem is, even if I'm confused, the other vehicles around me are confused about its intentions. So, you know, I don't blame the vehicle that I almost had a head-on collision with, thinking that I was not about to make a U-turn. And in some cases, that might not need to be a U-turn. That might be something just wrong. But the intention needs to be known much earlier than that about what it's going to be trying to do. What it's going to try to do. Woo! All right, I am awake, ladies and gentlemen. I am awake and alert. On to the next problem here. We also need to be charging. That's the one thing I forgot to do. Charge this other phone, other camera while we're doing this. It's the reason why we brought it. So I need to be paying attention. Finding this thing here. Come on out. And doing that. Is that the right one? Are we charging? We look like we're charging. Good deal. All right, I'm paying attention, car, I promise. Woo! Woo! Anyway, we've got 6 minutes to our destination. Make sure here. It felt like we should be traveling further if we're going to Westgate and Westheimer. So I plugged in a place called a Boozy, hoping that is where we're headed. Alright, no drama in that left turn there. Alright, we got less than a mile. We'll make a right turn on Westheimer there. I'm at a point where I think I need to be making that maneuver every single day. Just to get an idea. Just to get an idea. Alright, our car seems a little bit skittish as vehicles are trying to enter from every which angle, but we managed to get through. Right on Westy. Can hear the bells of the school. 2:15. Alright, it looked like we didn't have any trouble with that. That might not be exactly what we're looking for, but we've reached our destination pretty easily. We're a ride-hail service. This is where they drop us off maybe, and we just, you know, keep it pushing. So that's probably not a very good representation. I'll have to double check that. Maybe we need to go back through there. Let's see what we got. Let's try it from a different angle. Why not? We're already here. Let's get an idea of what. Yeah, that felt a little too smooth to get to that destination, which was right by Westheimer and Westgate. Right? That's the move. Westgate and Westheimer. So let's get it. I mean, we're just telling the car to go to that intersection. It shouldn't stop in the middle of it, I'd like to think, but we have an unprotected left here. We need to kind of be assertive as there's construction up to our left. We've made a decision. We are moving. So Westgate is up here, but I mean, I just want to see us go through this. All right, I see some problematic stuff here. Okay, I see what we're supposed to be doing, right? So I don't think this is just a one-way. It looks like there's multiple scenarios. So let's see if we can get back over here. Let's do that. Add that. Let's see how we handle that. Where are we headed? Routes System Incorporated? What did I say we were gonna go? I said we were gonna go to the Asian Chamber of Commerce. I don't know if that would be here or not, but you know, we've got Routes System Incorporated plugged in. Let's see how we handle that as we navigate these uncharted waters for me. I feel like I deserve some rodeo burger for this shit. There's just so much good food at the house. It doesn't make sense to do it. Oh, we'll save that for a later date. Future testing, maybe. Big ass wolf on a leash. That thing would eat Chewbacca. All right, so we're here at Westheimer again. Let's see, Westgate's over. Nope, that's Kingston, which has a very similar intersection. So let's see what we got over here. We're gonna hopefully hit Westgate up here. Looks like it. So we're gonna go right here on Westgate, see how it handles it. Smooth, buttery smooth. I'm with the shit. So I think that's fairly ironed home. I think we can get on that one. And drops us off here at whatever this would be assumed as our end destination. All right, we're not done yet. Let's see if we can go to Parcel Plus. So I'd like to see, take me to San Felipe and 610 intersection. All right, so we got some in trip there. Take me to San Felipe and 610 intersection. Man, I love that. Beautiful. So now we want to go westbound on San Felipe. Take me back to where I was. Come on, car. So this is north. Waffles. That's weird. I mean, that is absolutely weird. Let's do that. Let's go to bingo. We'll do both. I have no idea if this is going to do what I expect it to do. But we're headed to the Parcel Plus for, you know, it's in that area of San Felipe and 610. Let's get it. Oh, mercy. All right, so this is basically one of the the last of the 5 that I had written down as far as trouble areas, but this entire region, I can only imagine what it was like 2 years ago. It must have been god awful to use FSD in this area because of the improvements that it's made in, you know, recent times. We got a Cybertruck over here, probably, you know, hopefully on FSD, trying to figure out what the hell's going on as well. But you know, we're just making the best of a odd urban sprawl here. So I do believe this is Westheimer and Kingston. Yep. And it's doing just fine here. We've had some scares today. Partly because we kind of walked in there. It's like going into D&D, and you're all geared up. You got extreme confidence in your gear, but then you realize you don't have silver when you're dealing with undead weapons, and it just makes things a little bit more shocking. But now that we know what we're facing, I think I will be better prepared. And you know, that U-turn, that'll make you pucker a bit. So, you know, I think we'll be more, I think that was the worst of it, trying to figure out how to conduct that U-turn from Allen, right? Allen Parkway, headed in the opposite direction. That was cray. And even still, I don't know if I got these exactly right. I mean, I looked at the slides, I read the slides, but yeah, I mean, I really am a hands-on kind of guy. I kind of got to experience it to see what's happening. And boy, did I ever experience some of these twists and turns down here in the great city of Houston. You know, I feel you don't realize how small you are until you go into somebody else's neck of the woods, right? For me, FSD handles like a dream for all of my daily driving needs. It's pretty amazing, actually. But I could see how on Kirby and you know, down Allen Parkway, some of these streets aren't meant to be, you know, easily navigated, right? Even for humans, it's arduous. It's a difficult scenario, but eventually our computers will master them, giving us the best situation in any given circumstance, alleviating us of this burden. And I have no problem making sure that happens. You know, I don't want to be that close to a head-on collision ever again, but I don't know. You know, there's just something that we have to use to grow. No big deal. And I might be doing this mañana. I might come back here just to get an idea, get a feel. I feel like the gauntlet has been laid, and I got to make this right. From what I gathered, JC didn't have too much trouble. I'm gonna go back over there and click some of those chapters. From what I could tell, this vehicle was behaving spot on. But I mean, there's just so many variables of driving that, you know, at any given moment, something may make your vehicle behave what we would call erratic. But you know, all right, we're gonna go turn right here. Speed limit is 30 miles an hour. We're at the end of a school zone. All right, we technically, to get to Parcel Plus, which should be in that general region, it'll take us 11 minutes. We've got the other camera charging, as you know, we probably burned through 30 minutes of this one. We're gonna get a little more efficient with this, but damn, was this an eventful day. These spots did not disappoint. Left turn yield on green. We yielded perfectly and we proceeded. I'm just solemnly reflecting whether or not I have done these corner cases well. I would probably give myself a C+ in the management of coordination, but I'm going to come back. It may not be tomorrow. It very well could be tomorrow. I'm not sure. I mean, technically, I want to do a space Wednesday, right? It's Tuesday. I want to do a space at about 7 p.m. Central Time, where we talk about FSD. You know, that's my big thing, is I love me some FSD. As I get older, my faculties are going to diminish. I feel I'm going to be relying on this technology to get me around safely and to, you know, hopefully prevent crashes. So I'm solemnly reflecting, essentially, whether or not I should go back out here same time tomorrow and see if I can get these edge cases, because that's what they are, kind of edge. I have to go out of my way to plug in locations for them. But if this is a ride-hail service, this vehicle could be positioned any which way and it get a call that makes it conduct these maneuvers, right? So that's why it's important. For me, my daily commutes, they're pretty ironclad. I kind of know exactly what to expect. But that U-turn on Allen, we're definitely going to be trying to duplicate that, even if that wasn't the purpose of said maneuver. You know, and we'll double check the slides and see what we got to do to make sure we're capturing what we need to capture. So I'm feeling a little bit a little more motivated. I thought we were gonna come in here and just drive perfectly every which way, but that has not been the case. Started off when we were at that school, and unnecessarily at that school, right? And had to get out of there and go a different direction. But the software isn't perfect. I think that's the main takeaway. So right now we're on Briar Oaks here, or crossing Briar Oaks. We're supposed to make a left turn up here. Let's see how this goes. I need to be paying a whole lot more attention. We are now crossing Post Oak Park Drive. We are wedged real close to this truck here, this mobile veterinarian clinic. Cars trying to jut in and out like crazy over here, but it's all good. We're now crossing 610. So this leads me to believe that I don't know where San Felipe is. So when we get to the parcel, we're gonna continue on to make sure we kind of get this intersection of San Felipe and 610. So at least get an idea of what the problem could possibly be. But we are approximately 3 minutes from Parcel Plus. Ain't got nothing to do at Parcel Plus, but see if we can, you know, accomplish the last 100 feet of our drive. But so far, so good. Crossing through Hallmark. Post Oak Boulevard. And this is San Felipe. So I guess this is San Felipe, what we're on. We crossed through 610. There wasn't any real issue that I noticed. I mean, technically we're supposed to be going westbound on San Felipe, which we are. Seemed fine to me. We'll go back through here, but now we're finna take this unprotected left. Oh, and go where with it? This looks like a navigational error, to say the least. This says do not enter, which I think we're trying to enter. So I'm gonna go ahead and disengage us. Navigation is trying to take us into a do not enter area, I do believe. So we're not going to do that and try to go up here with it. Seems like a little bit of a navigational error. Something to take note of as well. It wanted us to turn left there like it should, but it said do not enter, right? First and foremost, it said do not enter. So we do not enter. And it just seemed like a back road to where we needed to be. This last 100 feet or so, right? It seems to be problematic for our AI student driver, along with a myriad of other things. But we encountered San Felipe and 610. I didn't see anything noteworthy, but we're gonna go back through there before we head to the crib and see what we got. But yeah, this was enlightening. We need to do some more of these drives down here in the heart of the city. Maybe take some, when we get down here, we just act like a robo-taxi and just pinpoint some real drives. Part of me thinks I should be Ubering to really get an idea of what our AI student driver will have to incur. What it will have to deal with in general. So who knows, maybe I'll dedicate a few hours a day to Uber. I'll have to think about that sometime in Q2, more or less. We'll see. We shall see. And I could use that money to buy more Tesla stock or tires for the car, more or less. There's always a cost to everything that we do. We just have to weigh that cost and see if that juice is worth the squeeze. See if we can get to Parcel Plus from a proper angle. All right, see, this looks like a double yellow line. I'm not sure if we're supposed to do this, but we are going back here, apparently. So I imagine there's this Parcel Plus in this shopping center, and it's taking us to the back. So these last 100 feet, obviously, we're gonna end that trip. And let's see what we got. Yeah, that's right here, but it wanted us to go to the back for some reason. There's these last 100 feet navigational issues that I'm not certain how Tesla plans to shore up, but along with a lot of other things I wasn't sure about, Tesla seems to overcome those obstacles better than I can anticipate. So we shall wait and see as updates. It seems like 13.2.2.4 is being released, so that's nice. I'm not sure when Stygian 2.0 will get that update, or Panda, but either way, we'll test it. We might not go through the gauntlet with Panda. Panda's a little bit of a wide body. I'm not confident. Who knows? We might try it. We just will be a lot more cautious with the big beast, with Big Panda there. So we're gonna go back through 610 to San Felipe. This time we're headed east, I believe. And I think we've kind of reached our recording limit, ladies and gentlemen. So once we go back through, actually, we're good. We're good for today. We're good for today, I think. And since we're going on, we'll probably go on 610 to head back to the crib. So we're gonna go ahead and plug that in. Go check on Chewbacca. But this was an interesting one. I appreciate the homework, Court. I really do. And we're gonna do some more testing in this area, along with Court's problem areas. We will investigate new ones as well. Hope I did an adequate job. I don't know. Well, we're gonna figure this out quick, fast, and in a hurry. It is nice seeing all the Teslas out though. That's for certain. Alright, as we head back to the crib, we're not going to have enough juice from this camera to continue. I mean, I don't know what the juice is from the portable, but I'd have to pull over to make that change. So we're gonna get better at this as we continue to make these. I don't know. Probably not gonna do this as a long form situation, but maybe we will. I mean, it's good to see it do. I don't want to just highlight all the negative. That's the main thing. Like, the car, even though it had its problems, it did most of my driving today. Like, I hadn't had to really do a whole lot of extensive driving, right? Pulling in and out of parking spots and things of that nature, simply because the vehicle wouldn't back up for some reason. I don't know. There's just some errors, but for the most part, the vehicle is doing what it's supposed to do, when it's supposed to do it, and better than I ever possibly could. So, with that being said, we're gonna log off as we get into the high traffic time for I-10. I think we'll be fine. If anything happens, I'll mention it, but we'll be back at this more than likely tomorrow. More than likely. So this was the inaugural homework test from Corcoran. I appreciate it. It's eye-opening, right? There's some things out here in the city that, you know, even if you tried to simulate it, would be quite difficult to do so. So we'll be back out here. I'll leave you with that. Be easy.